talking right, gonna tell you what it's all about every week. You can find him here, answering questions from far and near. Sit back, enjoy the show. If you're a teacher, admin, a parent, you're bound to know. If you're an advocate, student, or just someone who cares, the next voice you'll hear is that other man with the plan.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to episode 2 of Wright On Education. Don't y'all like that, Wright On Education?
Yes.
Thank you for picking that. We're excited to have our students, our staff, and all of the folks in our community to join us again for today's very important topic. We're we have just ended the first month of school, and as everyone always remembers, the first month of school is very exciting with your new first of the year outfits, first of the year shoes. Y'all still do that? You still wear like outfits that you pick out for the first day of school?
Yeah.
You're lying. So
Yes.
what did you wear on the first day of school?
I wore a skirt and a t-shirt.
Well, we know that the beginning of the school year always brings lots of excitement and new things, new teachers, new courses, new friends, new experiences. And so we're excited to have kicked off the first month of school with it's been relatively smooth. We also have like new rules, our cell phone rule and policy, which we're not going to talk anymore about because we are sick of talking about these cell phones. But today's topic is really about how students are experiencing school life. We know that school is more than just academics, although academics is our number one priority and we are working hard to improve student outcomes. We also want our students to enjoy school and to have fun. And so right now we're gearing up for football season, we're in volleyball season, we have some excitement of the marching bands, the pet rallies, and all the things that students get a chance to experience that makes school fun. So today we're going to be talking about what can we do as a district to make sure that our students are enjoying their school experience. And we're going to hear from our students. We have several students who are here with us who are representing various schools and various activities who's going to give us some insight into how school spirit and student engagement is happening at their school. All right. So I think before we move forward in the rest of this podcast, we have some questions that we're going to review from last week. And the question is, I thought we were done talking about phones. But here we are again. What are the expectations for teachers and their phones? Well, of course, we all know, or we should know, that the law, in terms of the no sale, bell to bell, or no bell, sale to sale, whatever it is, it doesn't necessarily apply to our teachers. However, we do want our teachers and staff to be mindful of not using their phones for inappropriate reasons. Just as our students are prioritizing being engaged and paying attention in class, we want our teachers and our staff to do the same thing as well. So we don't have a law. We're not forbidding our teachers and staff from having their phones out during the school day, but we just want them to be mindful and to set the example that we want our students to follow as well. So I think that's all of the follow-up questions we had from episode 1. So we're going to take a break. And we'll come back and we get into more into today's topic and today's conversation.
Let them experience captivating research opportunities. Let them experience more hands-on opportunities with new technology. Let them experience cutting-edge career pathways. Let them experience creativity and expression through the arts. Let them experience more opportunities to innovate and compete regionally and nationally. More opportunities for kids. It's what sets Little Rock School District apart.
Welcome back to Wright On Education. So before we go on, because I know people are laughing at my little cheesy movement with Wright On, but you guys got to do it with me. So when I say Wright On, you got to move your hand like this, all right? 1, 2, 3. Wright On. All right. We are here today at Scott Field on the campus of Forest Heights STEM Academy. So if you hear some children in the background, they're out there on the playground playing, and we have some special sound effects that are going on too. So if you hear some banging, it's all a part of making the Wright On Education experience grand. So just don't pay attention to the noise. Pay attention to our students who I'm getting ready to introduce in just a moment. So again, today we're focusing on the student experience in our schools and making sure that we provide our students a joyful experience while they're on their campus. And so today we have joining us, excited to host Miss Charlie Phillips. She is a volleyball player at Pulaski Heights Middle School. Wave your hand and say Wright On.
Right on.
All right. Good job. We also have with us Miss Lexi Jefferson, who is a cheerleader here at Forest Heights.
Right on.
There we go. We also have a football player here with us from Hall West, and this is his home field, Mr. Daniel Grayson.
Right on.
I love it. Right on. And last but certainly not least, I was a member of the marching band in high school. I'm excited to have the drum major from Central High School here with us, Mr. Sohan Jayappa.
Right on.
All right. So welcome to all four of our students. Before we jump into today's questions, I just want to hear about the best thing or the funnest thing or the most exciting thing that has happened for each of you thus far in the first 3 or 4 weeks of school. In no particular order.
Okay. I have been really excited because volleyball season has just started. I love being out there with my teammates, my amazing coach. I was so excited to get ready back in the gym and play again.
All right. Who else wants to share something that's fun that has happened already thus far this school year?
This year is my senior year, and as a football player, I've been playing football for multiple of years. And this year, with all of my years and experience combined, I just want to give it all I have and go out with a bang. So I'm really excited for tonight because tonight is my first game.
All right.
It's gonna be a home game, and I'm trying to give these people a show. And I want my senior year to go out with a bang.
Awesome. And for the other two who didn't get a chance to respond, trust me, you're going to have plenty of opportunities to respond. So I'm going to throw the first question actually out to Jahan and to, don't tell me, Miss Phillips. No, Miss Jefferson. All right. So our first question is, clearly all of you guys are actively involved in your high schools because you're all participating in at least one activity. And if you're doing one activity, I'm probably sure you're doing more than one. But what made you decide to get involved and take an active role in activities in your school? And we'll start with the two who didn't get a chance to answer the last time.
Well, for me, I've been playing the flute since elementary school, so I just wanted to continue that in my high school experience as well and see what it offers me in terms of not only like becoming a better flute player, but also the extracurricular opportunities and the friends that I can make from the experience. So I decided to join orchestra and then band in my high school, and it's been a great and really memorable experience where I've met a lot of new people, learned a lot of new music, and made some amazing connections and memories.
So as a fellow band member, I'm going to keep referencing that. I was in the band for several years. What made you decide to focus on the flute of all instruments?
Well, in my fifth grade year at elementary, we were allowed to pick an instrument, and I actually wanted to learn the guitar at first, but that wasn't an opportunity that I had in elementary school. I had to pick a wind or a string instrument, and for no particular reason, I just chose the flute because it just interested me at that moment, and I really like the instrument, so yeah.
Flute. You know that the flute and the alto sax, which I play, they have the same thing, the same.
Yeah,
Yes.
I do know that. Yeah.
All right, moving on.
I joined cheer. Well, I wanted to join cheer because I like sixth grade year. I saw them performing out in football games, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I want to be a cheerleader. This looks like it'll be a fun experience, and it'll be fun to like have teammates and make new friends with like new people that I haven't talked to out of my friend group."
Okay. So generally speaking, how does being involved and active in various activities on your campus, how does it make the schooling experience better for each of you?
For me, it makes me be able to talk to people that aren't just in my classes. If I don't have classes with other people, I can talk to people outside of school, at practice, and it's made me have way deeper connections and friendships just because I'm with them so often. And the Lady Panthers as a volleyball team, we have a such deep connection and we're all a family.
Okay, awesome. Who else wants to answer that question?
For me personally, as I'm pretty involved in the academics that we have at Central because our school has a course load of different APs and whatnot, and band has offered me sort of like a separate thing or like an escape that where I can just play my music and not have to worry about the other academic pressures. It's just something that I can use to relieve my stress out, and also just it's such a beautiful thing to see like a large group come together and then produce the music that we do.
So clearly, you have to learn how to balance the demands of your activities with like academics and schoolwork. So, who wants to shed some insight into things that you do to make sure that your grades don't fall behind, and also speak to the fact that maybe being involved in activities, maybe it helps you do better with your academics.
Well, being on the cheer team, it's like my coach is to make sure that we stay on point with our grades and we stay on point with our like passing classes and everything. So usually before games, they give us a chance to work on homework like during study hall, so that we can get everything that we need to do done so we don't have to worry about it because of the games usually.
Yeah, kind of just bouncing off of her. My coaches always say you're a student athlete, so you must put your academics first. They give us plenty of time to work on our academics if we have any time after practice. And honestly, for me, football is like one of the reasons why I want to wake up in the morning and go
Hmm.
to school and have solid grades. Well, I strive to be better than just solid. But football has allowed me to have some discipline and some motivation as to keeping my grades where they are and maintaining them.
Awesome, 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 awesome. So, all of you guys are at different schools, but if you can think about something that maybe we can do as a district or something that you probably wish you had occurring at your school that could make your after school activities or provide more opportunities for students to get engaged, like what would you change or what would you add, or what can we do to make school more enjoyable and school more fun? And this question is for anybody.
I think that y'all have done a great job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right on.
Right on.
All right. Oh, that's all you have to
Truly.
say? Anyone else want to answer that? Are there any activities that maybe your friends or in another school or district is doing, or activities that they have that we may not have represented here in LRSD? What can we add to the list of activities that we offer students?
Um, well, for our music program here at Central, it's been growing pretty well right now compared to like the past few years after the COVID experience. But what I think Central is would like to see more of is maybe like improved music education in like the lower levels of the school district. So like in a middle school or elementary school. That way, it becomes easier for us once students go into high school to uh, produce their music at a much higher level than we can at the moment. I mean, we are producing great music right now, but we can always take it that one step
Mhm.
above, and that would be really helpful to see as from coming from my marching band
Okay.
experience.
Last question for this segment. So, and I just lost my train of thought just that quick. Oh, here it is. So clearly, again, you guys are heavily and deeply involved in your individual schools. Two-part question. Well, let me ask this one first. Do you feel as if your peers at your school that they come out and support your activities, whether it's band, whether it's the volleyball games, coming to support the cheer squad or football? Do you feel like you get a good amount of encouragement and engagement and participation from your peers at your school?
I say that my friends and family are my biggest supporters no matter what. And I know PH specifically, we have a lot of people that go to all the volleyball games, basketball games, football games, and cheerleaders, all that stuff. And I think that our school is very like student, I guess, like student supportive, I guess.
Okay,
So, like,
right on.
our peers support us really.
Good.
And yeah.
Anyone else?
Um, as a Hall Warrior myself, and as someone who's been on the team for 2 years now, I can say that it's generally 50-50 when it comes to the games. I mean, you have the football players and a few other students and all of the staff supporting us. But then there's a few naysayers, due to our unfortunate record of in the past years. We are it's it's 50-50. at the beginning of the year, they're generally excited. They're like, okay, new roster, new people, where they're waiting to see what we got to offer. And then by the end, it's like, nah, we're just done, and we're not gonna support you guys anymore.
Well, we hope something that we have done this year, one change that we've made, we're hoping that it will actually provide opportunities for more of your peers to come out and support you in all of your games and activities. Are you guys aware of this new change with regards to like student passes? Y'all know about student
This
passes?
is like the season long pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was told that it was very hard for some of our students to be able to come out and make it to games because I think it was $8 a game that
It was I know for like the volleyball games, it was like
it may
$6
have
and
been $6 at the middle school level, and I think maybe $8 for at the high school level. And so that's a lot for a student to have to pay to come to every single game. So this year we instituted season passes for all of our students. So all of the students in LRSD can now get a season pass for I believe $25 for the entire school year. And so we're hoping that will encourage more of your peers to come out and support you guys at all of your activities. All right, so we're getting ready to wrap up this section here on Right On Education, and we're going to transition for our next section. But I do want to thank you guys for um, all of the responses that you provided. Before we transition, one last thing. I'm going to come back to this question again. Anything that we can do to make your experience better in our school district, and it can extend beyond athletics and activities. Anything that you can think of that we can do to make the student experience in the Little Rock School District better.
Kind of going off about
You started answering too quick, so I'm not sure that I want to hear what you have to say. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
kind of going off about like what she said. Just like giving, cause I'm also in a band for my school too, and just giving the elementary students like a better experience of like learning about music instead of like only not only just being in their music class or like whatever they do, like having them go into the band room, like try some instruments, see what they like to do, like what music they like, just so they can get like a better understanding of music and like explore their options.
So, giving our elementary students an opportunity to get started with band and instruments prior to having to wait to middle school. Okay. All right. Anything else? I know there has to be more that we can be doing.
As far as like sports wise, I think going off of both of them, I think elementary students and the lower levels of like grades should try to get like more involved in sports if they want to, obviously. But I know at my elementary school we didn't have any sports at all. Like, and I don't know if that was just because it was our school, but I think that y'all could expand like trying to get sports
At the elementary level.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for giving us something to think about. We're going to wrap up this segment of Right On Education. Thank you guys again, and look forward to you having a successful rest of the school year and a successful season in all of the activities and things that you guys participate in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And 1, 2, 3. Right
Right
on.
on.
Right.
Let them experience passions through extracurriculars. Let them experience teamwork, discipline, and resilience through sports. Let them experience leadership and service to community. Let them experience on-the-job training through internships and job shadowing. Let them experience the excitement of performing through drama and dance. More opportunities for kids. It's what sets Little Rock School District apart.
And we're back here on Right On Education, and you can see that the students who I dismissed at the last segment, they're back with us again. So I made a mistake. We have a couple of other topics and things we want to talk about, and then we'll wrap it up. And so you guys, again, we keep mentioning how engaged and involved you guys are in your schools and how it impacts your academics and how it helps you to develop into well-rounded individuals. There is a sea of your peers in your school who you may or may not know, or who you may or may not see, who aren't as actively involved, and they just come to school and leave for whatever reason. What is it that we can do, or what is it that you can do to kind of encourage others to get involved in something?
I think that we could all just be open minded. And I think open mindedness is something everyone should have. And I think some people don't talk to certain people just because they think they're not going to like them or they think they're going to be rude. But you need to be open-minded and try to talk to people that you don't usually talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And you can make so many new friends. You can make, even if they're not your friend, be kind to them. And maybe that will persuade them to be more involved and active with
Mm-hmm.
their school life.
Have any of you tried to reach out to someone you know in your school to try to encourage them to, hey, why don't you consider joining this club or joining this team, or will someone like to speak to that particular experience?
Yes, I would like to speak on that. I have a cousin who is, he goes, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have said that.
What's his name?
Um,
Don't say it for real.
I wasn't gonna say it. But he's he's a little rough around the edges, so to speak. And I thought to, inform him that he should probably join the football team because for me, it personally has given me structure and, with the not necessarily harsh yelling, but with the yelling, it kind of, it builds character.
You can tell the truth.
You could, I mean, it puts pressure on you and you find out if you're a diamond or you're just cold.
All right, I like that.
Football has given me a bit of structure in my life, and it's actually one of the reasons why I joined the military this summer and went to basic combat training. It allowed me to be a part of something that's bigger than myself, so I kind of gained some selflessness from that and teamwork. Not very big on teamwork, but joining the football team, you have to work with a team. You have to be selfless. You have to be a role player. You can't be the guy every time. So I think that if um, if we just reach out and we kind of give some more of the benefits and we speak on those, then it may allow some kids to stay away from those, like the streets or wherever. If you're out playing football, how can you get in trouble outside? If you're with a coach and you have people watching over you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I don't know if you guys, I know we probably shouldn't be talking about social media because that's one of the things that our no bail, no sale, bail to bail policy is really trying to reinforce. But I did notice, I think it was yesterday, it was a video that went viral of a football coach um, encouraging a student who was quitting the football team, and the coach was given a passionate plea to not quit. And it wasn't necessarily about football. It was that the coach was very concerned about what this child could possibly get into with all of this spare and extra time. And so it just, as you were talking, it actually reminded me of just a powerful role that our coaches and our staff members who sponsor clubs and activities, the power that they possess in helping kids to refocus them, to give them structure, and to keep them from getting into trouble and other things. And so thank you for sharing that. I think we need to wrap up this section. But again, I just want to bring home the fact that we want our students to feel like school is a safe place. We want them to feel connected to our schools. We want to build team spirit and school spirit around the schools that you guys attend. And I think the best way that we can do that is to make sure that all of our students in all of our schools are connected to something. It doesn't have to be the football team. It doesn't have to be band. It doesn't have to be cheer, but it needs to be something. And so I think we all need to work on ways to make sure that we get our kids connected in some type of way. So thank you guys for sharing again. Again, this time, I hope you have an amazing school year. And I'll look forward to seeing you around as I visit your campuses this school year.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
1, 2, 3. Right on.
I want to go to school today to make our life better.
And help our family.
I want to see the world and have adventures
And follow my dreams. And I can if I go to school.
every day.
School attendance is the key to success for your child.
Missing school means missing out.
Missing out.
I don't want to miss out.
And welcome back to Right On.
Right on.
I didn't give you all the cue yet. You're not supposed to say it.
Fine. I did it.
So in the first part of our podcast today, we heard from our students. We heard student voices around student engagement, school spirit, things that we can do to make sure that our students are more connected and feel a sense of connection to their schools. We're going to switch and transition just a little to hear from staff voices. And so I'm excited to have with us two of my friends here in the Little Rock School District, Miss Crystal Green Braswell. I don't know why I was struggling with your name.
Just go
Who
with
is
Crystal. It's fine.
Crystal Green Braswell here at Right On, who is our director of, her title has changed every single year, but it's, what is your title, Matt?
Director of Culture, Climate, and Well-being.
All right. And then we have Brandy McCoy, who is I don't want to make up your background, but is a
licensed clinical social worker.
I was going to say psychologist, but that was close.
Okay, close. Right on, right on.
Right on.
But
But
no.
Brandy has a very important role, and many people probably are not even aware of all the work that she coordinates. And so we have tons of mental health partners and agencies who work with us in our district to provide supports to our students across the entire district. And one of Brandy's responsibilities is to coordinate all of those efforts. And so we're excited to have you guys here with us today. So throw out a couple of questions. Feel free to jump in and answer in whatever order you see fit. How does student involvement in activities support mental health and overall well-being for our students?
Well, I think you mentioned some of that already. Providing a sense of
I mentioned that where?
With the student.
with the students
Here
Yes.
at
Right on.
Right on. That's right on. But just feeling a sense of connectivity, feeling connected with your school, because we all know that if we're not in something positive, they can be easily distracted and go off into the negativity. So just feeling a sense of connectivity, joining clubs, joining groups, just being a part of your school.
And I feel like to add to that is a lot of the activities that those extracurricular opportunities provide. It's like creative expression. There's also positive social interaction, physical activity, which are all ways to close the stress cycle. Very positive coping strategies to close the stress cycle. So those are actually awesome things to engage in. So that does help with that mental health.
So you actually opened the door to my next question. We know that for various reasons, our students are dealing with all different types of stressors from all different types of sources. What can we do in our schools to reduce the stressors that many of our students are experiencing day in and day out? And I know there's many different ways that you can answer this question, but
Yeah.
I really want you to answer it from the perspective of a student who may not be connected to a club or connected to an activity, which is probably the majority of students in our district. So what is it that we can do in schools to, number one, make our students feel more connected and make them feel a sense of belonging and reduce like some of the stressors that they have to deal with day in and day out?
Well, I'm so glad you brought that up because Brandy and I were having a conversation earlier today, and she was sharing.
What was she sharing?
She was sharing an example of like what happens when there's something a young person comes into a school and doesn't find what he or she feels they can connect to. Just, I don't want to tell the story. Tell the story. Brandy.
Okay, so at a previous school that I was just visiting, we'll just say visiting, there was a student who, they didn't want to participate in any kind of band or any sports or choir music, anything like that of that nature. But they were interested in something else. I can't remember the name of the club, but they wanted a different club, and that school didn't offer that club. So what the teachers did and what the principal did was go and talk to some of the teachers and ask, who would like to sponsor this club so their child could feel included. And so the teacher sponsored that club, and it wasn't just that student. There were other students. So I feel like that.
That was actually one of the things that we didn't talk to the students about. But if there are students who want to start something that they don't see represented within their school, and you just gave the perfect way to do it. Find a staff who are willing to sponsor it and get permission from your school's admin. So the sea is open. So we encourage any of our students who may be listening to Right On who wants to start a new club or activity, feel free to do so in your school by finding a sponsor. We have a couple of minutes left. I do want to get to this last question. What are some resources that our students can tap into when, again, they don't feel a sense of connection in schools? What is it that we provide as a district? What outlets and services can our students tap into?
So I guess for me, when I think about that, the fact that you have so many caring adults around that can lead you or guide you into a situation where you can feel connected. So, and then also teachers engaging students in such a way in their classrooms and making sure that there are team building activities and class building activities that provide a sense of connection and maybe even project-based learning opportunities where folks really delve into the learning in a way that they connect and there may be some passions that are ignited and sparked in that way. And then, Brandy, what would you like to share? I know you got a little something for the people.
Well, my thing was going back to the caring teachers. Those are all provided resources. Yeah.
And counselors.
And counselors, yeah.
Getting ready to bring up my counselors.
Yeah. Yeah, social workers, counselors, all of our staff members, really.
Yeah, pretty much all of our staff.
Do we have social work? What does a social worker representation in our district look like? Does every school have a social worker?
School does not have a social worker at this.
Well, I need you to work on that.
I will work on that, but we need the funds. We need the funds.
Okay.
But we'll work on it. You're saying we'll work on it. I like that. Moving forward, we'll work on trying to provide social workers for every school because there's definitely a need. But no, unfortunately, at this time, not all schools have social workers. But I mean, we do have a number of interns who work with social workers, even under myself. And so, we can spread the love and they can provide support to some of those schools that do not offer those services.
But we do have an awesome group of counselors too that will dive in and help in any way. But not necessarily just when a student is in crisis, but if a student is really looking to connect in an authentic way, but doesn't even know where to get started, that counselor could definitely get them on the right track.
I think our counselors, as we wrap up this section, are really the unsung heroes in all of our schools and a resource that I know we don't often tap into for the counseling part of what they do. I know they do a lot of administrative work and other tasks, but our counselors are unsung heroes in all of our schools, and we have at least one in every single school. So students, if you're listening and you want to figure out a way to get connected beyond the teachers, your classroom teachers and your teachers that you see every day, we encourage you to go and chat with your local school counselor.
Yeah. And then can I just add one more thing?
No, you cannot.
Well, just because
you're going to anyway.
But what we've done is we've talked a lot about certified people, right? Or and of course our social workers and that kind of thing. But there are other staff members on our campuses that provide great connections.
Great.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want to I just wanted to lift them up as well. Is that you can find a connection. There's a caring adult on your campus. It doesn't matter what position that person holds.
And as we wrap up, as soon as you started talking, I thought about Mr. Willie. Mr. Willie was a custodian in my high school, but Mr. Willie was always present and there and available and always offered encouragement to me. And I'm almost 50 years old, and I still remember the encouraging words of Mr. Willie. So all of our staff have an opportunity to pour into our students. So thank you, Ms. McCoy and Ms. Green Braswell. I don't know why I'm struggling with your name, for joining us today here on Wright On Education. And are we coming back? We won't be coming back. We will be coming back.
Right on.
I dream of a Little Rock School District where every child has the tools to thrive.
Because strong schools build strong community.
I see an LRSD where education and opportunity go hand in hand,
preparing students to be future leaders and innovators of our workplace.
My dream is to walk across that graduation stage,
ready for whatever comes next, college, career, and beyond.
I want my child to wake up excited about learning,
knowing that we are supported, challenged, and inspired every day. I love my school. I love my teacher.
I see classrooms filled with creativity, curiosity, and confidence,
where every student believes they can achieve greatness.
We're taking even bolder steps in this direction,
with a renewed, enhanced focus on literacy for our youngest students.
All of us moving forward together.
One team, one dream, one LRSD.
So welcome back here to Wright On Education. This is our second podcast episode, and we're getting ready to wrap this up. But I do want to just stress again how important it is for our students to feel connected and that sense of well-being and belonging that we're trying to establish in all of our schools across our district. And we know that we have a lot of work to do. We know that our main priority is to making sure that we're providing kids a high quality educational experience every single day. But to have a high quality educational experience, our students have to be connected, and they can be connected through activities. We've heard from our staff members and our students just the benefits of being connected with activities in our school. And so we're going to look for ways to make sure that those students who aren't as connected as they can be, that we find ways to connect them. All right, so we do want to encourage all of our listeners here on Right On to send in any questions you may have, any topics you think we should focus on here on Right On Education. I believe that email address is very easy to remember. It is righton@lrsd.org. And so send us in your comments, your suggestions for topics, and we will definitely address those in the next upcoming episodes. And so I want to kind of give a preview of some of the things we may be delving into in episode 3. And I really want to have some conversations around parental engagement, parental expectations, things that we can do to strengthen the home and school connection between our parents and our schools. And I'm also not, I won't say overly concerned, but I am concerned, that many of our parents in our district still find it hard and find difficulties problem solving. Sometimes I hear comments parents make about, maybe you reach out to school for a question about something and you don't get an answer, or you leave a message and your phone calls aren't returned, or you send an email to somebody and you don't get a response. And so we in the Little Rock School District have worked on many different ways to improve the way that we communicate with our parents. And so I want to make sure that all of our parents are aware of interesting tool that we have to improve our communication with parents that it is escaping me right now. What is it called? Let's Talk. Yes. We have a tool called Let's Talk that I want to spend some time making sure that all of our parents are aware of, because we do want to provide better customer service to our parents. We want to provide better opportunities for our parents to get engaged, and we want to do as all that we can, like I said before, to strengthen that connection between our parents and our school. And so look forward to us having some conversations with some parents in our district. And I think I want to find some parents who maybe used to be parents of the Little Rock School District, but they may have chosen to send their kids other places, because I'm also interested in hearing their perspectives as well. So tune in for episode 3. And again, that topic will be all around parental engagement, parental participation, and ways in which we can better strengthen the home and school connection between parents and schools in our district. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time here on Right On Education.